Well, it's been a while, but we're finally back, and this time it's with a two-part series of our recent trip to Dirk Hartog. Apologies for the lack of uploads, but to make up for it, on top of this two-part series, we also have a very muddy Brunswick run and a classic Lancelin run coming out soon. Plus we're almost in holidays, which just means more trips. Anyway, back to the video. We start in Perth, where we met at 4 AM to begin the long 8-hour journey to our first stop of the trip, Peron National Park. With a few quick pit stops in Jurien Bay and Geraldton, we continued along the road as we edged closer to our destination.
For a second there, I had to question why the water was on our right.
The cars joining us on this trip are two FJ Cruisers, a 105, a TB48, a 200 series, and later a Disco as well, making for a good sized convoy. After airing down, it was a bit of a drive through the bush to get to our final destination.
Down, I saw the trees going like that.
They said he wouldn't make it.
That was wrong, mate. What a spot.
Yeah.
A truly amazing first spot, and it wasn't long before camp was set up and the chefs got to cooking.
Ella, Pidi.
How you doing?
Great.
How you doing?
Beautiful.
Sunset.
Bloody beautiful.
So,
It's going to be an hour-long video to set up.
No, we're watching an expert at work here. Oh, it keeps going. Oh.
Oh.
Look at the sink and then it's it.
Oh. Mate, this is.
Oh.
And he's got DC outlets there, mate.
After a well-earned dinner, we decided to go for a wade in the water to have a crack at scooping and gidging just to see what was out there.
Not much to see, to be fair.
Nothing interesting.
Oh, good catch, Alex.
Dude, I broke it, look.
What?
I don't know, where is it? Oh no.
Oh, you
Okay, yeah.
slug. Weird looking slug.
Hey Phil. Yeah, I think it's a broccoli.
To the bucket.
While we didn't catch anything last night, we were straight back out there the next morning, this time on the hunt for oysters.
Smash? No. Got a hole in it. Oh, you got it. Still going. It's loose. Find another one there. These are deep sea. Washed up.
While we were walking about, Nick, who was the keenest fisherman in our group, brought up his first catch of the trip.
Pick it, I can't hold it anymore. Pick it back.
You can't, you gotta.
How am I gonna do it? Look at the size of that.
Wait, so what is this?
Razorfish.
Is that all oysters?
After an hour or so in the water, we headed back and decided to go for a small drive down the coast and see what was on the other side of this bay. There wasn't much over there, but we did get to experience the full force of the wind on this unprotected side, which made us more grateful for our sheltered side. We returned to find a few more fish had been added to the collection, and it wasn't long before dinner was getting cooked. Can it get more Greek than lamb on the spit? A few of the boys went out wading again the second night, and managed to get the first of many squid that we will see on this trip, as well as a nice sized crab.
It's a beauty. How clear is it, Hayden?
We woke up on day 3 to the wind being slightly lower than usual, so we took this opportunity to launch the boat and take it out for its first of many fishing missions on this trip.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we're not fishing anymore.
Oh, yeah.
How am I gonna flip that?
It wasn't long before the wildlife started to introduce itself, starting with a decent sized stingray as we headed out to deeper water.
Yeah, that'd be my one worry.
Soon, we started pulling up a few fish, but nothing too exciting yet.
I think it's just trumpet and flat.
I do. Bloody good. Oh, look at the teeth on it.
Although we wanted to stay out longer, the wind decided to no longer be our friend. We found ourselves for a choppy ride back to shore.
You leave it out the hose. But you see, right, but
Okay. Excellent. Good effort.
One.
That's so cool.
With our final fish at Francis Peron coming to an end, and the locals giving us a piece of their mind, it was time to bring the boat up to get ready for our journey to Steep Point tomorrow.
Keep going! Keep going! Go! Hey!
With one last dinner at this amazing spot, we were up nice and early to pack up and start another day of driving. With one last look at civilization, as well as a quick pit stop at Shell Beach, we were straight onto the dirt roads that we would follow for the next few hours. The final member of our convoy met up with us as we made our way down Useless Loop Road, and were soon to hit some of the classic corrugations that are found in this area. As we made our way onto the beach and in the home stretch of today's drive, Phil noticed a pretty bad oil leak underneath the 105. Luckily, Doug and his disco happened to be carrying some spare oil, so we decided to keep pushing forward while monitoring the leak for the rest of the trip. As we arrived to Steep Point, we couldn't pass up the opportunity to get a few shots at the most westerly point on Australia's mainland, a surreal feeling to experience. We came back down to our allotted campsite at Steep Point, where we set up for one last night before we took the barge across to Dirk Hartog Island. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a bit shorter than usual, but I thought that splitting this trip up into 2 videos would make it a bit easier to watch. Part 2 will be out soon, which will be a longer video consisting of all our adventures over the 6 days we had on the amazing Dirk Hartog Island.
Mate, if only we had that. That's what they're like on the other side.